Morning. Yes, I'm in a house. I'm not in my camper van. And I am halfway between upbeat and downbeat. I'm trying to remain upbeat. I had an interaction with a group of people that made me realise that maybe I'm on the wrong track. And I had to give myself a little thought last night. I was tossing and turning, and then eventually I thought, well, just let go and go to sleep. And I did. And I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning, so I had about 5 hours sleep, which is not good. I need my 8 hours, so later on I'll probably go to bed early just to catch up, which you can never do anyway. But anyway, I had some thoughts about what's going on, and while the vast majority of people here on this planet are not getting the message, I only have to walk around Tesco's or Sainsbury's to understand that. When you see the amount of people that are wearing masks and they've been told they don't have to wear them anymore, and I know where that is. It's because it's been conditioned, psychologically conditioned to fear what might happen if they don't wear the mask. And that is sad. Really, really sad. I walked around Sainsbury's the other day and I saw a lady, a person who worked in the store, and she was wearing a mask, and I said, just out of curiosity, and to also plant a seed of doubt in her, didn't Boris Johnson say that we didn't have to wear masks? Is there a policy in this store where we have to wear them now? Bearing in mind I've never worn a mask throughout this whole thing, and nobody's ever questioned me. She said to me, no, I choose to wear it. That's my choice. And I thought, okay. I don't know what these people have been hearing. I think maybe I'm on a different plane. Maybe it's because I don't watch the television or read the newspapers or whatever. I don't know. But I just feel society right now can go 3 ways. You know, most people are saying 2 ways. Okay, and I can see where those 2 ways are. But there is a middle way. And I'm going to discuss it with you here and now. Okay? I am trying my hardest not to be dragged down. I want to be inspired, and I want to hang on to hope. And I know hope is a false paradigm, because the simple act of hope makes you yearn for something you haven't got. But if you get hope out of the way, even though it's a nice thing, okay, it's a nice thing, it's better than being in despair. Think instead of acceptance. All right? Acceptance takes away the fear, it takes away the yearning, it makes you live for now and look around you and experience and delight in the pleasures that you have now. Okay, now society as a whole right now can go one of 2 ways. One way is to start feeling really bad about everything, start hating your neighbour, start fighting for food, start succumbing to the depression, the anxiety, the fear. Everything that's going on around you is such a bad thing, and you can fall into despair that way. You can I'm feeling dragged down just talking about this. Just think of the destruction of society. The end game is not pleasant. Okay, this is one way you can think of, and you can think of these elite as trying to kill off the whole of humanity by giving them an injection that will basically destroy their immune system, give them cancer, strokes, heart disease, blood clots, whatever, all these different things, and you can think that way, and this seems like it's panning out that way. All right, and you can fight against that all you want, or you can accept that. There's two choices there. Might be another choice, but they're the only two I can see at the moment. Now that is a given. All right, you've got all the evidence there, even though you try to deny it all you can, or try to ignore it, or don't even know about it. Look it up. And you can go and watch all the legal lawyers fight the good fight for mankind and bring all these people to justice. And that is on www.grand-jury.net. Okay, and just watch that unfold. Or you can go another way. All right, you can think of not your physical body, but your spirituality. You can think of all the good things that are to come. You can think of another vibration, another plane of existence. You can think of love, hope, goodness, the quality of mankind as something special, something that is something worth being a part of. In that you can learn to accept things or aspire to becoming better than what you are now, becoming different, more aware, for want of a better phrase, awake. All right. Then there's another way. You can just simply sit and watch things unfold and accept things as they are. Accept your body, accept your spirituality, accept your views on life, and just go with the flow as it unfolds. And you can take all the senses that you've been gifted with, the gift of sight, hearing, taste, touch, even your intuition, and loads more, and use those to your advantage by taking pleasure in the moment, using your eyes to look at all the delightful things that are in the world, hearing the beautiful bird song, people singing, beautiful orchestras, gorgeous sounds, the pour of a water into making a cup of tea or coffee. You can have the sense of taste and delight in that. Taste a cup of tea, taste a piece of chocolate, or a lovely delicious roast meal, or fish and chips, or a gorgeous nutritious salad. Just take the time to indulge your senses. Feel everything. Feel the softness, feel the hardness, feel the sharpness, feel the tenderness. Feel your hair, feel anything. Not just with your hands, but with your face, your lips, the sense of smell. Delight in those senses and live in this very moment right now. Feel the seat that you're sat upon. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Breathe in the air that's around you. And with regards to the sense of smell, just delight in everything, even the bad smells. And think, these are little things that they are there to help you, warn you about things that are maybe dangerous, and you've thought of these senses as something to protect you from all the bad things that happen in life, and that's fine. But you can also use those senses to help you see what is beautiful in life. I'm looking at the image of this photograph, and you can see I've got a trash can there, a bin, right? And you've got the light, and they're right next to each other, here and here. And you can either look to the light and think, that's the way I want to go. I'm inspired to change things for the better. Or you can go and root around in the trash can and think that that's what your life is. Now, what's going to happen in this society, I don't know. But I can see an unfolding reality that's going on. And while I can think it's not pleasant, the outcome of this could be that we all die at the end of the day. That's not pleasant, is it? That's not a pleasant thought, is it? Seeing bodies piled up in the streets, seeing your loved ones just pop their clogs and you having to arrange their funerals. Or maybe there's too many people around and you won't be able to arrange their funerals, just like the Black Death and the plague and everything in the past. We might be facing that. But think about this. Everybody, everything, even the trees, has to die at some point in this plane that we're living on. We are made up of physical bodies that feel pain and pleasure, and we can either focus on the pain or we can focus on the pleasure. But throughout this whole life, knowing that we are going to finally end it, my advice, if you want to take it, is to live for now. Take the pleasure out of now. Stop fearing the future. Stop regretting the past. Because there's no good can come of that. It's like rooting around in the trash can, isn't it? If you live for now, what I can see around me is just outside there, it's just a beautiful green grass and a little hedge and some trees out there where some birds can pick away at the nuts that have been put out for them. I can hear their little tweets. I can imagine everything that's going on out there, and it's lovely. Or I could worry and think, what's going to happen today? Am I going to make it in my car? Am I going to catch the virus? Am I going to die tomorrow? You know, there's no point in that. There's no point in saying, oh, I made all the wrong decisions in my life and I should have done this, I should have done that, I should have said this, I should have said that. I should have made a connection with that person or I should have ignored that person. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, what really matters is now, the decisions you make now, the people you meet now, the love that you give, the honesty that you live your life with. You don't have to hurt anybody. You don't have to judge anybody else, the way they live their life, because it's not up to you how anybody else lives their life. It's up to you to learn from them, to observe them and think, okay, they've taught me a lesson, whether to go that route or go that route, whether to accept or reject. You see, anger always comes from fear. Fear of not being able to control the situation. Or it comes from a fear of the past, things that have happened to you. And fear comes because you're worried and frightened about the life that's about to end. The way of being is about to end or change, or not being able to do the things that you want to do. Something's been taken away from you. And that comes from the ego. And the ego is saying, it's screaming like a 2-year-old. And a 2-year-old only thinks of its needs right now. I want this. And you're not giving it to me. And that's where it comes from. It's the little amygdala in the middle of your brain, the reptile brain, that says, I've got to get out of this situation, or I've got to get that out of this situation, or I'm going to throw a hissy fit, or I'm going to feel threatened. That's the basis of it. And it is so sad when we're hijacked by our emotions. And this is the way through, is just to accept what is now. Right now, in this very moment, what are you doing? What's around you? Be observant. Take yourself out of yourself and stand beside yourself. I know it's a weird concept, but it's like you imagining that you're standing right here and you're looking at you. You know those films where you see loads of clones of a person and they talk to each other? Well, imagine that. You're talking to your doppelganger, so to speak, and you're watching you. What do you think of you? Can you give yourself a hug? Do you hate you? Why do you hate you? You're just living your life the best way you can. And don't worry about whether anybody else doesn't like you. Doesn't matter. You're trying the best. You're living life. And from what is to come, we can either be inspired by those Canadian truckers and stand in solidarity with them and have courage, or you can be frightened and worried and think about, maybe they are being conned, maybe they are going to be blamed for the lack of food on the shelves. Well, the lack of food on the shelves is already starting before they started all of this anyway, and it's not their fault. So don't forget that. It's not the truckers' fault. They're just standing for freedom, basically, trying to stop the people who think they're in charge from making decisions about their lives that they shouldn't be making decisions about their lives. Not in a democratic society, not in a free society. They just want to go to work. They just want to live for the day. They want to help the community. And that's the thing. If this society does go tits up, try not to fear, try not to attack, try not to steal, cheat, lie, all the bad things. Try not to go that route. Because if you do, then there won't be anything left of humanity. We will just annihilate ourselves. Try instead, if this scenario goes the way the elite want it to go, which is the annihilation of whole of mankind, and I'm not kidding, then please think with your heart. Protect your family, of course, from attack, but everybody needs everybody. Instead of survival of the fittest, it has to be survival of the community. We have to cooperate and communicate in order to get through what is to come. Support each other. Love each other, not in a stupid, soppy little lovey-dovey way, but in a way that is supportive, kind, considerate. That's the way we will survive. If this is true, what they have said, that the prick is lowering your immune system, then get the nutritious food inside you. And that doesn't mean getting it from the supermarkets. Get it from the local farmers markets, local farm shops, organic stuff. Grow your own. That's the best way. Get proper soil. Make sure that the pH value in the soil is good. Learn these new skills. Start cooking. Don't buy processed foods. Don't microwave stuff. Learn how to can and bottle things, and learn from your grandparents if you've still got them. They knew how to preserve things. Preserve and pickle. I don't think I'll be drinking tea very much longer, although I have made a stash of tea bags. I won't be able to get the milk though, will I? Oh dear. All sugar. Sugar's not such a bad thing to give up though. But I'm trying to think of ways that are inspirational rather than detrimental. I'm trying to think of ways that are upbeat rather than downbeat. I'm trying to not be dragged down by negativity. And I know being positive can be irritating sometimes. When you're not on that vibration yourself, it can be quite a repellent. But if we can, for now, just accept, take pleasure in the now. Don't hurt anybody. Don't judge anybody. Just look around you. Every time you go out in the day, be observant. Observe yourself. Use your senses and delight in them. Take pleasure in them. And accept that, if we have to die, then we have to die. It's not the end of life. Because your soul is something that can be released from this meat suit that we're in. This physical mortal coil is not designed to be here forever. We are going to die at some point. Just that the manner in which you die is the most important thing, isn't it? It's that pain and pleasure thing, isn't it? So if we are going to die in pain, then we need to take pleasure in the now. I don't know what is going to happen, obviously. But I'm the kind of person who, how can I say? I always like to read the last chapter, the last page of a book, or watch the end of the film before I watch the whole thing, so that I can see what the end scenario is. And then I can, as I'm watching it, I see it unfolding and I see how the pattern is forming. And maybe that's a writer in me, I don't know. But that's the way I like to watch and read. And when I look at this life, I try to analyse what's the end scenario here. What's going to happen? What do they intend? If I had no emotion, no feeling, and I didn't care, what would I be doing? That's the way I think. And when I see that these people who are in control have no emotions, they don't care about us. They have no will to make our lives pleasurable. They just want rid of us, basically. We're classed as useless eaters. And if you don't know that, where have you been hiding all these years? Try to take pleasure in the now. Try not to fear the future and don't regret the past. Try to figure out what it is that you can contribute to society. Use your skills, your knowledge, your wisdom. Build upon those. Learn a different way of communicating. Don't rely on all this technology because it's going to be gone soon. If we are not inspired to stop conforming, first thing you need to do is take off those bloody masks. Take them off! Please, I beg you. But anyway, that's the end of that today. I'm trying not to be dragged down by all the pessimism that I have seen around me. And it's really difficult. It's like I'm treading water and I'm getting tired. So, yeah, please Give me some inspiration. Give me some, not hope, but tell me how you live your day. Tell me how you see this panning out. And what communities are you part of? Reach out to people. Stop fearing them. Stop snitching on them. Look after yourself, yes, but think of your fellow man as a good person, because the vast majority of humanity is good. It's just these few people that are frightened and fearful. They're the ones who are not to be trusted, because they're going to land you in it. As I've learned throughout the years. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye now, and hope that you're okay. And I'll try my very best to upload some other videos. Okay. Bye for now.